Well, hello, Red class. Well, hello, everybody. Can you touch your nose? Touch your nose. Touch your nose. Well, hello, everybody. Can you touch your nose? Touch your nose. Well, hello, everybody. Can you touch your toes? Touch your toes. Touch your toes. Well, hello, everybody. Can you touch your toes? Touch your toes. Now, the real trick is if you could touch your nose to your toes. Give it a try. I'm noticing that we're having some interesting weather lately. Sometimes it's really sunny, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's raining. It's even been hailing lately. So, it would be good if we're ready for the weather. Come under my umbrella, umbrella, umbrella. Come under my umbrella. It's starting to rain with thunder and lightning and thunder and lightning. Come under my umbrella. It's starting to rain. Now, I like to sing that song with all the words, but I also like to sing it sometimes and leave out some of the words. I like to leave out the words that we have hand motions for. So let's try that. Come under my, come under my, it's starting to, with, and, come under my, it's starting to. Our book today is called Boxitects by Kim Smith. Now, I've never heard of this word before. I know that there's something called a box, and I know there's something called an architect. An architect is someone who draws plans for houses and buildings so that people can build them. So a boxitect is maybe someone who makes things out of boxes. Let's find out. Boxitects. Look at this kid. She has a lot of boxes. And here she is drawing a plan. She must be the boxitect. Meg was a boxitect. She loved to make things out of boxes. She loved making tiny houses, tall towers, and twisty tunnels. And she made marvelous things no one had ever seen before. Meg was proud of her work. She could make boxes into anything. Meg's mother was proud too. She thought Meg was brilliant and creative. So Meg's mother sent Meg to maker school, where she could be even more brilliant and more creative. In maker school, there were blanketeers, spaghetti-techs, tinfoilers, and egg cartoniers. There was almost any kind of maker you could imagine. But Meg's was the class's first boxitect, and that made her feel special. At school, Meg learned all about boxitecture. She learned how to make her structures useful, strong, and beautiful. Meg loved everything about maker school. Until Simone showed up. Like Meg, Simone was new. She was also brilliant and creative. Worst of all, Simone was a boxitect too. And she was already making things Meg had never dreamed of. In class, Simone would point out ways Meg could make her constructions a little straighter, more wind resistant, and less boring. So Meg told Simone she should build things that were less bumpy, sturdier, and much prettier. It looks like Meg builds things that look like houses or buildings, and Simone builds things that have wheels, like a train and a race car and a rocket ship. On the last day of school, the class's annual maker match was held to see who could make the most amazing thing. There was just one rule: you had to work as a team. But Meg did not want to work with anyone, and neither did Simone. The Blanketeers built with blankets and pillows. The Spaghetti-Techs built with pasta and glue. The Bakeologists built with cake and frosting. But the Boxitects were not building at all. They were arguing. "I want to make a tree house," Meg said. "No, I want to make a ship," Simone insisted. Meg drew a line down the middle of a very large box. "I'll take this half, you can have the other." "Fine," said Simone. Soon Meg noticed that her treehouse wasn't as large as Simone's ship, so she made her side taller and more impressive. When Simone noticed that Meg's treehouse was taller than her ship, she made her side higher and more extraordinary. Slowly, Meg and Simone's creation grew bigger and bigger. They both built and built until there wasn't a single box left. And at last, they finished. Wow, look at that. "What is it?" asked a classmate. "I've never seen anything like it," said another. The teacher said, "It looks like it might..." Achoo! Crash! "Your side was too wobbly," shouted Meg. "Your side was too heavy," cried Simone. "Oh dear," said the judge. The maker match was not over yet, but most of Meg and Simone's work was ruined. There were only a few parts left that could be saved. "If we combined my treehouse with your ship," Meg started. "We might be able to make one thing," finished Simone. The Boxitects decided to call a truce so they could finish the match. Oh, look at that. They decided to work together. Working as a team, Meg and Simone quickly joined the remaining pieces together until they had created something new. At the end of the maker match, the Boxitects hadn't won first place, but they had a different way of making brilliant and creative things, working together. And they each gained a new friend. What should we make next? How about a buoyant bungalow? That sounds like a houseboat. Or a motorcycle mansion. If you check this book out from the library, you can look at the end of the book, and it tells you about cardboard, and it gives you some plans for how to make a tunnel out of cardboard. Or if you want to get really fancy, it shows you how you can make a castle out of cardboard. Doesn't that look fun? Do you think you might want to become a Boxitect? Ooh, my fingers feel like dancing today. Let's get them warmed up. All right, put them behind you. One from the left and one from the right. They met in the middle and they danced all night. They made up a dance called the whoop-dee-doo. Then they waved goodbye and walked away, those two. Two from the left and two from the right. They met in the middle and they danced all night. They made up a dance called Snips Galore. Then they waved goodbye and walked away, those four. Three from the left and three from the right. They met in the middle and they danced all night. They made up a dance called the Finger Mix. Then they waved goodbye and walked away, those six. Four from the left and four from the right. They met in the middle and they danced all night. They made up a dance called Bend and Straight. Then they waved goodbye and walked away, those eight. Five from the left and five from the right. They met in the middle and they danced all night. They made up a dance called the Clap and Clap and Clap and Clap again. Then they waved goodbye and walked away, those 10. All right, Boxitects, now is your big chance to create something. If you like, you can start building a leprechaun hotel with boxes and other recyclable things from your house. I went to Costco recently and they gave me this box and I thought, oh, that would be perfect for my leprechaun hotel. And so I might add some other things. Kleenex boxes are great. Tea boxes are great. Toilet paper tubes. I don't know, interesting things. This was a bag full of avocados, maybe some tissue paper, some other kinds of paper. And then in your supplies, I gave everyone something that looks like this. It's actually a little gold box. I found them at preschool. I don't know what they're for, but I thought that you might want to add a bit of gold to your leprechaun hotel because we all know that leprechauns love gold, right? So you could make it into a little box, or you could even cut it up and make something else out of it. So you can use that. And you know what? If you do not want to make a leprechaun hotel, if you say no thank you to leprechauns, you could make a house for a stuffed animal or a dinosaur or anything you can imagine. So have fun, Boxitects, building something brand new that no one has ever seen before. Another thing that you can work on this week is making a mouth with 20 teeth. Inside of your mouth, there are 20 teeth. All kids have 20 teeth. So I gave you 20 teeth that you can snip, snip, snip right on those lines. And then you have a brown rectangle that has some lines right here. I got excited and already cut on my lines, so I forgot to show you what it looked like before. But I cut on my line so it kind of looks like a mouth. And you can take your little teeth and glue them inside this mouth. I already got started. And I glued 10 teeth in. So now I need to glue some more in on the top. And you know what? This was my first idea that I had. And after I already gave this to you, I had another idea to make this a little bit better. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if you put a tongue inside of your mouth? So if you have an extra piece of red paper, you could cut it to look kind of like a tongue and you could put it in there. Or you could use a marker or a crayon to draw in a tongue if you like. You know what's interesting? Sometimes you think you have a really good idea and then you have another idea that can make your first idea even better. There we go, there's my tongue. All right, so glue some teeth inside the mouth. Do you remember last week when we tried mixing together red and yellow to see what new color that made? I hope that when you tried it, it made the color orange. Well, I have another combination for you to try. What happens when you mix together red and blue? What new color can you make? You can do it with water if you want, like I'm doing it. That's kind of fun to play with and mix together. Or you could try it with paint if you have blue and red paint. Whatever you have, give it a try. Ooh, I'm actually not going to pour because I want you to find out. What happens when you mix red and blue? What new color can you make? So in your supply packet, you got a little package like this. It kind of looks like a little present, doesn't it? You open it up carefully, and inside is something called a magic leprechaun rock. So carefully take the plastic off of it, and you should use a little dish or a pan or something. Put a little drop of dish soap right there. Then put your magic leprechaun rock right on top of that dish soap. And then get a little container of vinegar and use your pipette to drip, drip, drip right on the leprechaun rock and see what happens. Inside of the leprechaun rock is a surprise. So have fun finding out what the surprise is, and keep the surprise. You're going to use the surprise for the next project. The next project is a float or sink experiment. And there's two different experiments. You can see if the surprise from inside of the magical leprechaun rock floats or sinks. And you can also try it with a penny. What do you think? What's your prediction? Will this penny float at the top of the water, or will it sink to the bottom? Write down your prediction on the top of the paper. Your best guess what's going to happen. Is it going to float or is it going to sink? And then try it and write down your observation, what you saw happen. Did the penny float or did it sink? Thank you for watching the video today, Red Class. I will see you again soon, and so will Percival. Bye.